So hello, my name is Michelle. My name is Michelle and I'm going to be talking to you about Korean folk villages during the Chosun Dynasty. The Chosun Dynasty was the longest ruling period of Korean history, lasting from 1392 to 1910, and it was during this period of time where Korean culture reached its height. Unfortunately, during this time period, Korea decided to close itself off from most of the world, so the outside world wasn't really exposed to very much of Korea's culture. But today we can see this culture in minsokchon, which is a Korean folk village that on a daily basis demonstrates the activities that they had during the folk era. Now, minsokchon is located in Yongin, Seoul, and concentrates mostly on commoners. And although Korea had a very complex social hierarchy, the common class essentially had three. The Chungin, which were the skill-based laborers like doctors and clerks and artisans. The Ajun, which were government workers that served the bureaucracy, and then the Sangmin, who were the low-skill laborers that did farming and were peasants and like peddlers. So the commoners lived basically in houses that look like this. They're rectangular buildings with thatched roof and paper windows and clay walls, as opposed to the upper class that would live in palaces and stuff. 260 of these houses are displayed at minsokchon, along with palaces and work locations, and there are 5 historical museums which you can look at. The commoners were restricted by law to wear clothing made of cotton or material of lesser value, and they could only wear white on a daily basis. But on special occasions, they could bring out hanboks of dull shades of pink, green, gray, or charcoal. Just real quick. Okay, so this is basically what a hanbok would look like that they would wear on a daily basis. Now, the Chosun Dynasty was noted very much for their Confucius ideals. In fact, the Chosun Dynasty was known as the Confucian era in Korean history, and this is Confucius. So this basically means that one of the most important things was that the elders commanded automatic respect from all those younger than them, because this junior was thought to owe the senior a certain amount of reverence, and in turn the elders would reciprocate by offering the younger people, the youth, sympathy and concern. Women, in addition, were also thought as objects of ownership. After marriage, women were still registered under their father's name, and marriages were oftentimes arranged for political or business reasons. In addition, girls were restricted to the confines of their home. So in order to maybe undermine this rule that they had, girls came up with this game called Nol Twiggy, and it's also, in English, it's the Korean seesaw game. In this game, 2 girls stand on a board positioned as a seesaw, and one girl would jump on the higher part of the board and send the other girl flying into the air so that she could see over the wall and be like, oh look, it's the world outside my wall. And then they usually play this game during celebrations like the Lunar New Year's Day. Another activity they do during the Lunar New Year's Day is kite flying. Although kite flying today is known as a competitive sport in Korea and also an activity of relaxation for the youth and the elderly, kite flying was once used for a military strategy in which military generals would send a kite into the air, and that would give the naval troops battle instructions during wartime. So these games, kite flying and Korean seesaw game, as well as like taekwondo and tightrope walking, are all demonstrated at minsokchon for the world to see. One other thing that is a very important aspect of Korean history is their art of dance, and I actually looked up a specific dance called the Gangang Sule, and it's the maiden circle dance, and it was really important to farmers, especially because they danced this dance in hopes of a bountiful harvest. So this dance would take place on the brightest full moon of the year, and basically women would dress in their new hanboks and go outside at night, form in a circle, and rotate clockwise. No instruments were used, but the lead singer would sing, and then the rest of the girls would go gong gong sule after every line. And they would usually do this until dawn. This dance is especially important to Korean culture because there's one story about how Admiral Yi Sun-sin ordered for the maidens to dance the Gangang Sule in military uniforms instead of hanboks in order to intimidate Japanese invaders because they were in war. And this tactics worked surprisingly, and it kind of marked the significance of this dance. So the South Korean government designated the Gangang Sule as an important, intangible cultural property in 1965, I think. Yeah. So basically, you can see these dances and play these games, and also look at these houses all in minsokchon when you visit. And it's really important to Korea, the culture, because it shows how proud they are of their traditions. And that's it. Thanks.
More detail?
They would send the kite. I guess actually I'm not really sure. I'll probably go into more depth, but it's just basically through the sky so that they can see like battle plans or something. Yeah. Instruction. Yeah.
Well, you said the maid dance would happen on the brightest full moon.
Yeah.
What if they did it one night and then the next day was brighter? How do they know?
I think the astrology behind it would probably guarantee a bright full moon. Because you know, even in Chinese culture, they would always know, oh, the full moon is this day, so we have to have our celebrations. It's probably the same for Korea.
Anyone else?
Sorry, how important is like the lunar year calendar? Is like what they base on?
Yeah, I'll get back to you.